Live your life like a game zone, grab the control. No hands, no cheats, boy, get in the zone. Take a journey to a new world, make it your home. Never fall into the trap, leave the princess alone. So armor up, load up, and come back and start gunning. Look at the bad guys now, they all running. It's a smash button, nothing you can do but ask. Cause in the last dozen, just got a flash, kick that. Cause in the blast wasn't even a pass, the class wasn't. Must be in the game, yeah, you know they love it. Screen buzzing, the black and white TV, cousin. Me, Mark, and GT3 need to speak. Cause Atari flat screen on the floor, TV, cousin. Women in front of the screen, you gotta scream. Cause I'm about to get up in this game. I got a dream, cause I'm about to get up in this game. Get in the game, get in the game. Get in the game, get in the game. Get in the game, get in the game. Game over.
Hey YouTube folks, it's been a little while since I've been up, but I'm finally getting back on a regular schedule. My work is slowing down so I can start giving you videos a little bit more often, so hey on that, that's pretty sweet. I've been out for about 2 months now, not really doing any videos, but I've been still doing a lot of pickups, so I'm going to give you a, I don't know if it's a treat, but it's definitely something. I'm going to give you a top 10 of my last 2 months pickups, and that's just to dwindle it down. That way I'm not giving you a 25-minute video or 30-minute video or anything like that. Just a simple top 10 best pickups of the past 2 months. Alright, so we're just going to dive right into this and start off with number 10. And number 10 is the Mega Man collection for the GameCube. Absolutely great collection. It's got all of the Mega Man series on it. It doesn't have the Mega Man X. There is a Mega Man X version of this if you weren't already aware. That goes for quite a substantially large amount more than this one. This one's looking at about 30 bucks, I think. Don't quote me on that. You probably will, but either way, 30 bucks. It's fun. It's good to be able to save throughout your Mega Man adventures, and I love them anyway. So good pickup, good find. I think I only paid $5 for that one, so that's sweet. Number 9 on my list is the only new generation game, or new generation game that's going to be on here. And the only reason I'm putting it on here is because of just how immaculate of a game it truly is. But that's The Last of Us.
The world's been hard on us. Hard on him. Joel's done some terrible things. He tells me that on this journey, you either hang on to your morals and die, or do whatever it takes to survive. Guess I'll find out.
Rated M for mature.
Today's station.
If you haven't gotten a chance to play this game, get out there, give it a try. It's lots of fun. It gives you a whole new outlook on the way that the zombie genre of video games should be played. Lots of fun. It's got its difficult points, and it really gives you the sense of survival when you're going through everything. The characters are really, really, really strong and hard-headed in the sense that they're determined, and they almost make you determined to go along with them. Really damn good game though, and yeah, give it a shot if you haven't already, but like most people have. It's one of those games that just nobody wanted to miss out on. So number 8 on my list, which is a big one for me because I've been personally collecting this series quite vibrantly. Like, it didn't really matter the cost of it. If I found it, I picked it up. So this one ended up costing me, I think it was $20, and I think it's a $30 game, so happy to get it. But we got Zelda the Four Swords for the GameCube. I do have the Game Boy Advance version, and I got the hookup for it, so that's it makes this whole situation complete, being able to use the two together. Great game so far that I've played. I haven't played all the way through it, but what I've played so far kind of gives me that feel of like a multiplayer Link to the Past, kind of. Lots of fun though, really good, and if you do find it, I suggest picking it up. I mean, it's great for the collection anyway. So now we are on number 7, or number 6 of my list. Let me check. Oh fuck yeah, number 6. No, we're on number 7. I suck. I'm just gonna go. Number 7 on my list is Mega Man 4. I've been looking to collect all the Mega Man games, so to be able to get number 4 is a great pleasure, considering it was one of the ones when I was a child that I sold, and I just miss immensely. It's lots and lots of fun, but you can tell by this point in the series they're really starting to grasp at strings for names for bosses like Pharaoh Man and stuff like that. This is a great game though. I believe this game's roughly about $20, $25, maybe $30. I don't know, I didn't really check this one up. But I do know that it is kind of sought after. It's starting to get a little bit later into the life of Nintendo at this point. So, great game. Glad I picked that one up. Now we're on the actual number 6 of my list, and it's great to be able to find this. Again, I've been collecting this series, so it's nice to be able to get this because this actually completes my series. I don't need any more of the games. I've got every handheld version and respectable version of it. I don't have the CDI versions. I just don't want to bother with them. Plus the price tag on them are just too high for such a crappy game. But I've got the Master Quest individually packaged. Ocarina of Time. So this is something I have been looking for because I do have the Wind Waker bonus disc version of it, but this is to be able to get it complete and actually have an individual one by itself. I do believe this one was released for a GameCube purchase. You have to buy the system and it came with it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure, but this thing's running about $60, $70 right now, if you're able to find it in a retail store. I think I paid $30 for that one, so that's pretty sweet. Number 5 on my list, and this is where things started getting really tough because I've had quite a few really good pickups this month, or this past 2 months. But number 5 on my list, I had to dwindle it down, and this one at one point I wanted to make it number 1, but I mean, and that's just because of how much I paid versus how much it's worth. But I had to make a decision for some other stuff that you're about to see. But this ended up making number 5 on my list, and that is NES's Chiller. If you're not sure what this game is, this is a light gun series. It's released by American Games. It's not a great game. It's kind of, I believe it's considered the goriest game on Nintendo. There's a lot of scenes in this that are pretty out there. Like there's a scene where you have to shoot some torture victims stuff, and like the wheels that make them get tortured, you have to shoot those to get them tortured, and you rip bodies in half, and it's a pretty gruesome game, especially for back then, but it's still a decent game for rarity. I think the rarity guide put it at like 87% or something like that. Anyway, I found it in a thrift store for $10 is what I ended up paying for it, and this game, according to Lukey Games, is worth about 160, but according to the other sites that are sources that I've been looking at, they're sitting at about $60. But Lukey Games, you can just order it right now, and that one's saying 160. I don't think the rarity guide is quite up to date yet because I've found quite a few differences in a lot of games lately. But anyway, good find, even if it's only $60. Really damn good game, and something I've personally been looking after. So. Actually, the Thrift Dwellers had a video where he found it, and ever since then I've been looking for it. So, alright, found it at a thrift store too, so even better. Alright, so number 4 on my list is something I've personally been looking for. No particular reason, it's just something I loved the first one in the series, and have always wanted to keep trying the rest of the series, so it was nice to be able to get my hands on it. But that's Mega Man X2. Awesome game. I've been playing it now for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. Love it. It's a difficult game. It's not as difficult as, say, Mega Man 9 or 10, but it is pretty high up there in difficulty. Lots of fun, great storyline. I highly, highly, highly recommend any of the Mega Man X games. If you find it, just pick it up. Now, my next one on my list, or number 3 on my list, is something that I picked up just before my last video ended. And if you're a fan of me on Facebook, then you've probably already seen it. But we have the Vectrex system. I picked this up for $100. It is a very, very sought after system. The system itself is going for about $250 to $300. And I managed to pick up the system with 15 games. As you can see here, all 15. And then on top of that, all 15 games come with all the inlays for it too, so that's really sweet. These are going for almost 20 bucks each inlay, just by itself. That goes right on top of the screen. This is a system that goes off of Vectrix graphics, which is something that came out a long time ago. I believe around 1979 to 1981 was when they came out, but this is the only system that was able to utilize it properly. Really cool, and probably one of my favorite retro systems aside from or at least predating. It is definitely my favorite predating the Nintendo. It's lots of fun, and replicates a lot of the old arcade games. So next on my list is number 2, and this is something that I personally have just been driving for, and every time I go someplace new that I haven't been before, I'm looking and asking, do you have one in the back, one that may be broken, anything. It didn't make a difference to me. I didn't care. I really wanted to get one, but I managed to get myself a working one. So that's an NES 2.
Hey there, two bags, wake up! You know that $49.95 check that Granny sent you? You know that'll get you your very own Nintendo Entertainment System. Get one and you can play the new Mega Man 6 and battle evil robots. Stop watching those wig commercials.
I can even shower with it.
And there's Soda's Revenge, Star Tropics 2, where you battle Soda, the man with no face. No more mommy soaps for you.
As teardrops fall.
So, thank Granny! Cash the checks and get the NES. You have watched too much TV already.
Definitely enjoying this system. It's lots of fun. It's so easy to get your games going. You know, in the original toaster box Nintendos, you have to blow in your games, get it in there. The reason why that is because there's a bit of a pin issue where when you push it down, the pins disconnect and it just doesn't work properly, and the blowing actually helps them stick together and stuff with the heat from your or moisture from your breath, which is why it's so bad to do it. This has a different connector in here in the top loader. This connector itself is a little bit different. It works the same way as the Super Nintendo, you know, so you don't really have to blow in your Super Nintendo games for the most part. Same concept here. You just stick it right in. Some of the games are a little loose in there, but I have not had a problem with it yet. Another thing that they did with this one that wasn't with the other one is they had the chip, the lockout chip in the original that wouldn't allow you to play unlicensed games. This got rid of that lockout chip to help stop some of the problem of the starting issues or the blinking light issue. So this will play any NES game, you name it, it plays it. Great system. Quite happy I got it. Now for my next one, and this is my number 1 pickup. I'm gonna have to pick up the camera and kind of move it a little bit because you need to see this. I'm very, very happy about it. So hold on just 1 second. All right, so here is my number 1 pickup. Tetris? Oh yeah, it's Tetris. Who doesn't think Tetris would be the number 1 pickup? Well, that's my number 1 pickup. It is Tetris, but it's not exactly the old Nintendo one, but it is the original 1986 cabinet. Managed to pick this up, cost me $100. And we have a little issues with the monitor right now. It takes well, it's heating up. It kind of does this little flickering thing. But I will be getting a new monitor very soon for it, and I plan on getting a few new boards for it too. But yeah, that is my number 1 pickup. And I know it's been a little while since I've been doing all this stuff, but I'm quite happy with what I've managed to pick up. Unfortunately, it's taken me a long time to get a video out, so I'm going to be starting with a little bit more of a weekly schedule. I'm going to try and get to you guys a little bit more. I can't make any promises, but I think I could be able to pump out 2 videos a month. So my apologies for not being able to do it for the past 2 months, but you will see me a little bit more often, and keep an eye out for all that. Again, I'm always throwing out the shout-outs to a couple people. One of those people going to be Thrift Dwellers, of course. Watch them, great show. It just constantly gets better and better. They have great chemistry amongst each other. And if I mention the Thrift Dwellers, I have to mention the 64-bit Matthew. Also really good out of Brandon, and he does a lot of stuff with the Thrift Dwellers. The new mention that I'm going to say is Grubgun been watching you now for about 3 months. Really like your style and the things that you do. You're pretty funny. It's lots of fun to watch you. So I look forward to your next video. Anytime your next video comes out, I'm always trying to catch it right away. So keep up the great work, and I'm going to keep trying to get some more shelf padding. Anyway, this is your 24-bit game reviewer saying, always push the continue button.